Hello.
Dobry den, motherfuckers.
Very Czech. Welcome back once again to Wheel Takes, a podcast about the Wheel of Time, a series of fantasy novels written by Robert Jordan and completed by Brandon Sanderson. My name is Gus. I've read them all.
And I'm Allie, and I'm on book 12, chapter. I'm not even looking at you because I already know the answer, so don't even do those little finger waves at me. Chapter 11.
This podcast only contains spoilers for what Allie's already read, and today that's everything up to and including The Gathering Storm, Chapter 11, which is... No, not my phone. I'm trying to get the book.
Well, that wasn't clear. You just waggled your fingers in a direction.
I know. I thought it would be fun to see what you did.
Well,
I thought you might hold my hand. I thought you might... Aw, she held my hand. You might grab the book. You might give me my phone. You might give me the air conditioning remote. Any number of things.
Well, that was also a consideration.
Which is called The Death of Adrin.
I'm assuming that's the guy who melted.
Spoiler alert. Adrin dies in The Death of Adrin.
Be, by the way, the bearer of disappointment. Also, I was still shook when Adrin died because I didn't pay attention to the chapter title.
I rarely do.
Bubbles. Okay.
What were you going to say? You're going to say something.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. 1, Adrin's dead. But 2, I didn't take any notes.
Oh.
Because I got the COVID vaccine.
Ah, yes, you did.
And I feel like I'm dying.
You are feeling poorly.
Yes. Here's the thing. Get it anyway.
Yes.
Because it's better than having actual COVID.
Yes.
But
it's not the most fun the next day.
I feel crappy.
Yeah. Well, Allie, you're noteless. We're bereft.
I am.
We're devastated.
But
we are heartbroken.
Read the chapter like right before this.
You did just read it.
And so I do know some quippy things I thought in my head during the reading that I will make sure to call out.
Well, let me run this one by you. Let me loft this your way.
Okay.
Where'd we leave off?
We left off with Rand and Rodell Teralda.
Rodell.
This is a nice thing about recording twice in 1 week.
It does. It's easier
to keep. Easier to keep track of stuff because it isn't so great a distance. I guess I am just learning how far my memory stretches.
No, I don't know. I mean, I think it's difficult to parse a chapter from a full week ago. 3 days, 3.5 days is a lot more manageable.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
Now, there's been some chatter, some discussion, which I want to touch on, which I think was an interesting point. Because it has come up, you have said several times when you're discussing the Sean Chan and peace therewith, you've said, are we going to have slavery in the utopia we're creating, Robert? Are we going to have slavery in the utopia?
I think that's a valid question.
I think it's a valid question. The question that has been posed by some folks online is, why do you think it's meant or stated or will be a utopia?
But didn't they say it'd be like either a new age of legends or like a different world?
You know, I'm not sure.
Well, why wouldn't I assume that?
I think it's a valid assumption.
Well, here's my question back. Why is that not a valid thing to immediately assume?
I think it's a valid assumption.
No, because here's the thing. It's the counterpoint, right? Like, it's like either we're going to have a really nice time or a really terrible time. It's not like we're going to have a really terrible time or we're going to get a trip to the DMV.
I feel like that's a valid...
We're going to get to work desk jobs.
But it could also be, you know, either...
We're going to do our taxes. Like, what is the alternative?
Well, it's thermodynamics to an extent, right? It's either we continue playing or somebody kicks the table over.
Well, it's got to be equal and opposite reactions.
Does it?
Yeah, because otherwise, the world's going to continue just like it is. Oh, seems like a great deal. Fun. Well, it's so much fun to be a human being right now.
Better than not.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, but, you know, I just wanted to raise the question because it's been asked.
I guess I'd have been a dark friend. Apparently, that's coming out. I'm like, just throw the table over. See what happens. Maybe it'll be better.
I do think it's a reasonable assumption.
Probably not.
I think it's a reasonable assumption to state that if we're going back to the metaphysics state that was prior to the Dark One getting let out, that's the Age of Legends.
You're telling me we're not going to have a utopia, that like we're going to fight the last battle, we're going to finish up and then be like, see you at work on Tuesday?
Well, that's kind of that is how life goes.
No, not in my fantasy. I don't go into fantasy wanting realism. I'm going into fantasy going, there's hope for a better world. There's hope for the same world or destruction. I'm going in going, there's hope for a better world or destruction. And we're going to find out which one they pick. Not life as usual. See ya around the water cooler. Fuck the water cooler. I'm here for dragons. I'm here for swords. I'm here for the possibility of happily ever after.
Oh, I'm not opposed to
that. Is not fantasy's whole thing and they all lived happily ever after?
Famously not since like the very early kinds of fantasy, I feel like.
Well, then what's the point?
I can't think of a... Well, I guess some...
We're quitting the podcast then.
Let me clarify.
You're telling me there's no happily ever after?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there's not. I'm not saying there can't be.
All right, pals. That was fun.
I think the
now we're gonna just go dance the pole. No.
I think it's more of a...
If I'm going through all of this as the chosen one, I better get a really nice life afterwards.
Well, Rand is expecting that his life afterwards
There better be no fucked up stuff after this point for like 1,000 years.
Rand, I do think, look, let's be real.
The world broke, and you're telling me that then the world won't be fixed, whole, nice utopia?
Well,
that seems like a crock of shit.
Let's posit this. Cyclical ages. Right?
Yes.
Age of Legends, second age.
Uh-huh.
This is the third age. The first age is us. Do we live in a perfect utopia?
No, and that's why I'm saying that if we have to go through some hot garbage, we better have a really nice life after that. If this is a fantasy world, if I'm a chosen one and there's a pattern, and the pattern then goes, okay, and now you just have to go back to doing your taxes, I would destroy the world then after the last battle was done just to be an asshole.
Well, remember, Rand is expecting to die and not be around for anything following the last battle.
Well, apparently there's nothing worth being around for. I think
the day-to-day, I think that laundry and taxes is plenty of reason.
I'm just saying, there could be laundry and taxes in a utopia. Who's saying there's not laundry and taxes in a utopia? I'm just saying that people stop being mean for a little while. Since it's on the table. Since it's on pallets.
I do think it is entirely reasonable to say we've recontained elemental evil. We should be on a high for a bit.
I just think
that's entirely reasonable.
For a generation or
Utopias
two at least.
Famously do collapse. I mean, the Age of Legends didn't work out so well, whether or not that was a utopia.
Nothing lasts forever.
But I don't think it's unreasonable to say that we're building a better world.
Yeah. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? What are we doing here? If not to build a better world. What are we doing? And I'm saying that if we have defeated literal Satan, we could probably also defeat slavery at the same time. Just cross both of them off the to-do list.
Could the proposal, I guess, from the series be that slavery of this kind is not an elemental evil, it is a human-driven evil?
Oh, that's just splitting hairs.
Sure.
Oh, well, okay, technically, all evil is us deciding it's evil.
Sure. And dark friends are just humans.
Yeah.
Who have embraced darkness.
Everything except for the literal dark one is human evil.
Yeah, even Trollocs were made by humans.
Exactly.
Darkspawn, Shadowspawn were all made by and engineered by one dude.
Exactly. That's just splitting hair. At that point, that's just going like, oh, well, we don't have to take care of every evil. Well, I would kind of hope that if we're fighting the battle to top all battles
famously
ever,
called The Last Battle.
The Last Battle by some, okay, then we better get rid of all the shit that makes being a human being alive in the world really crappy that we could possibly get rid of. That would include DMVs.
Hangnails?
Hangnails, I feel like that's not in our power to get rid of.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
so hangnails we keep.
Death's on the table still, but torture, not on the table. Cactusing, off the table now. You're just not going to be able to do that anymore. And we're all going to feel pretty good about that. Slavery, off the table now. You're telling me that we're just going to go back to like a world in which like being a woman sucks? No, I just don't believe it.
Well, the Wheel of Time is a, matriarch.
I'm going to blow a gasket.
Well, let me ask this. Are you suggesting that getting rid of the Dark One eliminates people's ability to choose to do bad things?
All right, now we're getting into choice.
No, because you said, I just want to bring that up because now we're kind of talking in the realm of people can't do bad things versus we have all agreed not to do bad things.
Well, I'm in the realm of we've all agreed to be chill.
Okay, I wanted to clarify what you were talking about. And if not,
punishment shall be more severe. Your punishment might be more severe.
I think it is a fair thing to say we should have a just society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With equity is like an equitable opportunity stuff. Whoa.
I put the mic closer to her mouth again.
And, Taco Tuesdays.
I would go in for Taco Tuesdays.
Wouldn't everyone?
I think that Andorran taco... Andor probably doesn't make very good tacos.
No. No, definitely not.
Yeah. Some other nations Taco
Trying
Tuesday.
to decide who would make the best tacos. I'm going with Aradamon. I don't know why. There's something about them.
Remind me, tacos... Are tacos specifically Latino heritage sort of food started on this continent, or are they Spanish?
I don't
terms
actually
of origin?
know. I'm pretty sure they're from Latin America, but
because if they're Spanish,
I'm pretty sure.
Then arguably the answer is tier.
Taco. I feel like ashamed for some reason that I don't know this, but I felt like Mexico. Yeah,
Mexico.
Okay,
so
that's what
tier.
I thought, but I was like, I don't know.
Not that there's a
100% certainty. So tier?
No, because tier is what is, I forget. Jordan obviously not doing any one-to-ones, but there are definitely cultures where you can tell, oh, he pulled this is France and China. This is et cetera, et cetera. I don't know.
I don't know why I went with Aradamon.
No. Why not? We'll let him have it.
I just feel like Liana could make a mean taco.
And it doesn't have to correspond to the partial analog that the nation has in the real world. It could be fucking maybe it's Malkir. How awful would it be if we lost Malkir and we no longer had tacos? Malkiri tacos. That's what we're fighting for.
If that were true, they would have taken Malkir back a long time ago.
Immediately. I don't want to envision a world without tacos.
Me neither.
Although I tend to go for burritos over tacos. Because tacos just don't fill me up.
I tend to go for tacos first. But the other day I surprised myself and I had a burrito instead.
How was it? It looked good.
I had
tacos.
Actually.
They were pretty
we need
good.
To go back there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tu Madre.
Yeah, tacos Tu Madre was delicious.
Yeah.
I had a taco. It was pastrami and it had like an egg on it.
Ooh.
It was like a breakfast taco almost. It was good.
I'm not a breakfast burrito gal.
I know, which is weird because I fucking love breakfast burritos. I have a whole saved list of good breakfast burrito places to go in LA.
I'm not a breakfast person. And that's just true about me.
What?
Yeah, I don't like breakfast.
You're the most Leslie Knope person I've ever met. You don't like breakfast?
We have one thing not in common.
How the fuck do you not like breakfast? How
have
we
like
never
lunch
talked about
food
this?
Slaps so much harder.
What?
Yes.
What?
I'd rather have a sandwich.
Than a pancake?
Yeah.
Than a waffle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who did I marry?
I'm a savory gal.
You can have savory breakfast.
Yeah, but they don't hit as hard.
Chilaquiles.
I do like chilaquiles. That's true. But like
meat.
Okay,
no,
sure.
Turkey sausage.
Sandwiches.
Chicken sausage.
Salads. I love a salad.
We
burritos.
Breakfast.
Okay,
Burritos.
but then they have eggs in them and I don't want that. I want them without eggs.
Oh, this is because you hate eggs.
Okay, I don't hate eggs. I hate eggs that I don't cook, and that is like a very specific thing about me.
You like the eggs in Italy, by and large.
Well, yeah, because they're how I like them. But that was a gamble. That was a risk that I took. I took a risk. I'm very brave.
You are.
Yeah, well, because sometimes I don't want a wet egg.
No.
You were fighting, saying something
funny.
inappropriate.
I didn't have a specific thing to say. I was
yeah,
just
I know,
like,
but you were like
wet
the phrasing
egg
of that.
like,
You're like, there was something there.
I don't know.
Like that you twitched visibly.
My joke brain went, there's something here. And I went, no, there's not. Sit down. I don't think there is.
Yeah, but I don't like wet eggs. And that's the truth about me.
All right.
So the truth about me.
Well, I guess. I
also, okay, here's the other reason why I don't like breakfast is because there are a lot of mushy foods at breakfast.
Oh, the texture
And I don't like watching people eat certain textures or eating in front of people certain textures.
Sure.
And that includes things like
about-
yogurt, a
what
very
about-
popular breakfast food.
What about
oatmeal, very popular breakfast food.
you like quiche and frittatas?
I do.
You do?
But because the egg is not usually wet.
I know, but that's a breakfast food.
Yeah, but I don't feel like that's usually a breakfast offering. I'm not
Quiche?
usually offered a quiche at out at breakfast.
Well, you got to find a different place to go for breakfast.
Well, clearly, but I do like a frittata. I do like a quiche, but like
crepe, a savory
okay,
crepe.
but then lunch has pizza,
Oh yeah,
pasta,
yeah, no,
salad,
yeah, okay,
sandwich,
burger,
fries. Like none of these things are breakfast foods.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I can't fight that.
No,
I just love breakfast. I don't know.
and I'm thrilled.
I don't
for
eat
you.
very exciting breakfasts. I usually have cereal, but
And I'm thrilled for you.
I've been on a bagel kick lately. This is not relevant. I'm sorry.
That's another thing I don't like. I don't like drinking the milks of other places. I like my specific.
You don't drink milk at all.
No, but like for a cereal, say, I just don't trust the milk selections that they will have.
All right.
I just don't believe they'll have what I want.
Like your specific loyalty to the precise version of things.
I'm neurodivergent.
I know. I like it. I love it. I like. My dad bought off-brand Jell-O once, and you were like,
"It's not. You need to try.
Thank you
It's
very
not
much. You were
good."
very kind." And then it sat in the fridge for a month.
Yeah, because no, it's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there. Because it's not my brand. There's something wrong with it.
Well, let's dive in, shall we? 15 plus minutes in.
No offense to Gus's dad, who was very sweet and did go shopping.
Shall we jump into the death
a lunatic
of Adrin? That's the chapter logo. What is it?
It's what the fuck
You've
is
seen
that?
this before.
A fractal shape.
No.
Is it a spider web?
No.
Is it supposed to be the bubble of evil?
Kind of.
What is it?
Think
The
of
dark one?
your great grandmother's retirement home armchair. And
Is it
what
lace?
It's lace being unwoven
Oh, because it's a pattern. I
because
see.
the weave.
Okay.
Can I have the book? She's taken the book.
I
She's
think he
taken
should
it.
be beaten
All right.
again. That's what she said. Said Larian, moving her fingers. Larian?
Ah, shit! Like the Baldur's Gate people, but spelled differently.
It is spelled differently.
Yeah.
Moving her fingers in the complex motions of maiden hand talk. He's like a child. It's so true.
You got to
Go
do
off,
the Aiel
queen.
voice. You're not doing the Aiel voice.
He's like a child. When the child touches something dangerous,
Ah, it's pretty good.
it wasn't bad.
Look at you.
The child is beaten.
You put me on this side. Now I have access to the soundboard. This was a terrible mistake.
It was.
Allie and I switched chairs because Allie is in pain.
If a child hurts himself because he is not taught properly to stay away from knives, then the shame is upon his parents.
So you're saying that the maidens are like,
Oh, you stupid boy.
I felt pretty good about that accent. I'm going to be real. I haven't done a Russian accent in a minute.
and whenever they see Rand, they kind of go,
Because I've had enough of this dude.
The previous beating did not seem to do any good, Suriel replied. He accepted it like a man, not a child. He did not change his actions. Then we must try again.
Can I have the book? You're doing a wonderful job.
I felt pretty good about that. You just said that I did the Russian accent before you could. Thanks. Standing out.
So Aviendha's moving rocks around. How's that going? Just picking up rocks, carrying them across the place, dropping them.
Because she hasn't said that she's a wise one yet.
That's what it is? We still think that's what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she's like, Mom, I'm not going to acknowledge that I can overhear this, and I'm just going to, go about my business and not get in the way, and shit sucks, and I wish I knew.
They're going to beat Rand for hanging out with Rodella Giraldo without them.
She's mostly...
And did I not say last episode?
You did.
That they were going to be so pissed at him for this?
And I agree that on the surface it's dumb. It is also one of the most aura-intense things you can do to just waltz into another man's army camp.
Have you been on TikTok, Gus?
I've been on TikTok lately.
With that
They're saying aura a
conversation? Lot. Yeah. I think here's my argument in support of Rand, which I can't believe I'm saying. If he had rolled up just no context with a bunch of Aiel, they would have probably freaked out.
They would have been upset.
It might have escalated situations. And that's the last time I'll defend him this episode, because he's really not in this episode.
He's really not. Oh, he thinks about people complaining about aches and pains. She does. Because the soldier's like, it's hot. The other guy goes, no, it's not. And then she thinks about complaining.
Well, okay. She thinks to herself, excuse me. One, she's like, these people don't know how to appreciate shade. And I'm like, Wheel Takes Podcast does.
We do. We love shade.
We love shade.
It's overcast right now. I've never been... I
was talking about a different kind of shade.
Oh, I know. Yes, I know. But I also love actual shade.
Yes, I do also love actual shade. My body cannot handle being either too cold or too hot. It must be a reasonable 70 degrees at all times. But
that's Fahrenheit. I'm not going to convert it.
Mm-hmm. Google is free, and so is this podcast. But here's the thing. I lost it. Oh, she also mentions, people complaining about aches and pains and stuff. And I was like, some of us are chronically ill. Some of us are in a lot of pain all the time. And maybe we're only complaining about it a little bit.
I do think it's a cute societal moment, though. It's a cute Aiel Wetlander thing.
It is cute, and I like it.
It's fun.
But she would not like hanging out with me, because I sometimes can't hold back that things hurt.
Why does she also go, well, complaining must be an honor-based thing? What is it that gives her the tip? Tips her over into believing that instead of going, these Wetlanders is a bunch of bitches.
Because they do it a lot?
Because Elaine complains. And Elaine
that's so
is great and very good at stuff and very cool. So if Elaine is complaining about stuff, there must be a rules-based reason behind it.
Well, it's almost as if acknowledging that your body is human does not in any way discount you as a human being.
It's true. There had to be...
I don't like this whole tough it out thing.
No.
I don't have to tough out fucking anything. I'm chronically ill. I don't have to tough out shit. I already do tough out shit every day. Being here, doing this podcast is me toughing shit out.
There had to be some hidden honor in it. Perhaps the Wetlanders exposed their weaknesses to their companions as a means of offering friendship and trust. If your friends knew of
That is actually kind of true.
If your friends knew of your weaknesses, it would give them an advantage should you dance the spears with them. Or perhaps the complaining was a Wetlander way of showing humility, much as the Geishine showed honor by being subservient. She had asked Elaine about her theories, and had received only a fond laugh in return. Give us Elaine's fond laugh. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
So here's the thing. Aiel are New Yorkers. I will not be elaborating.
Kind of, yeah.
She is like, are Wetlanders Midwesterners?
New Yorkers complain all the fucking time.
True.
They just keep going.
That's true. It is different. Who never complains? I feel like U.S. people, our sport could be complaining.
It could be. Yeah.
Honestly.
We all complain. Societally, we complain in different ways.
Okay.
Right?
Elaborate.
Because New Yorkers
gripe about like traffic.
Yeah.
The size of their
other
apartments.
People. The city that they live in. Rats.
Other people's walking speeds.
Too fast or too slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
politics in general.
This is not shade on New Yorkers, by the way.
No, I love New Yorkers.
Yorkers are great.
I love and fear New Yorkers.
Los Angeles people complain and laugh about it.
We're like laughing while exposing our deepest traumas.
Oh my God, I was stuck in traffic for half an hour. Some guy got wrapped around a tree.
Yeah, it's like, I saw his body.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, ha, ha, ha. And you're like, are you okay?
Somebody literally did that to me the other day.
No, like legit, that's what like every time I talk to one of my best friends, we're both from California and I was born and raised here.
Yeah.
We will say the most fucked up things about our lives and then like cry laughing.
Yeah.
So that tracks for Californians.
Southerners, I think, complain to make them. Everyone complains to make themselves feel better, but Southerners complain in a way that they can like shake their heads at the things they're complaining about.
Well, Southerners high key gossip without seeming like they're gossiping.
Yes.
Like,
they gossip.
They'll tell you
nicely.
to fuck off in a way that's so nice that you don't realize that they've told you to fuck off. Like, bless your heart is the meanest thing you can say in the South.
I think if any, weirdly, Midwesterners complain the least, but they also gripe bitch the most as a Midwesterner.
Okay, as someone from California, my Midwestern friends complained the most out of anybody.
Okay.
Y'all love to complain.
I'm thinking
but you do it in a different way than everyone else. Yeah. You do it in like the humility thing.
Yeah.
You do it in like so somebody will like say something really nice about what like your house and you'll be like, yeah, but this step doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's what you all do.
We complain to denigrate ourselves.
Yes. It's a self-deprecating thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in America complains.
It's just all different.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So
there's other regions, but I just can't think
what
of
the
them right
Pacific
now.
Northwest does.
I've never been there.
You've never been to the Pacific Northwest?
No, I've never been to the Pacific Northwest.
Is it good? Yes, you have. You've driven through Colorado.
That is not the Pacific Northwest.
Is that not the Pacific Northwest?
Colorado? No. That's no.
Oregon, Washington.
Colorado? What?
Is that not the Pacific Northwest?
No. What? No, there's several.
It's such a vibe.
What?
Californians love Colorado. And Californians love the Pacific Northwest.
Hang on.
The Pacific Northwest doesn't love us, but we love the Pacific Northwest.
That is not the Pacific Northwest at all.
Really?
No.
I'm learning something new today. Geography is not my strong suit, and I will be honest about that. Really? But it's in that kind of region.
No, it's not.
It's not? Where is Colorado?
It's west of Nebraska.
There's so many states. My map test was in 5th grade. How am I supposed to know?
Colorado is in the middle of the country.
What the fuck?
Colorado
moved.
Colorado is right here.
It moved. I could have sworn it was up there.
The Pacific Northwest is Washington and Oregon and a little bit of Idaho.
It fucking moved.
Colorado. We drove through Colorado on the way out here. We drove Chicago, Iowa, Nebraska,
so
Colorado.
I have looked like such an idiot several times.
When did you say
one of my
Colorado was the Pacific Northwest?
And I was like, I'll visit you on my way to Oregon.
What?
I'm such a fucking idiot. No, stop. It definitely moved.
They did not move
always
Colorado.
Been this way. This is a conspiracy.
Where did you think? You thought Colorado was north of California?
I thought it was like northeast.
How do you think we drove through Colorado and then into Utah and then into Arizona?
I don't.
From Chicago. With all the love in my heart, darling.
That would imply that I ever look at maps.
You drove.
I never look at maps. I just followed you in the car. I didn't plan the route.
Why would I have gone?
Good thing I didn't.
From Chicago
I don't know where Colorado
to Oregon and then down to Los Angeles.
I also thought it was kind of a weird choice, but I was like, maybe that's how the roads are.
Yeah, Colorado is not the.
Listen.
The episode title is going to be Colorado. I thought it was going to be Malkiri Tacos. It's going to be Colorado.
Listen.
I love Colorado.
No, listen.
Colorado's great. I've had a good time every time I've been in Colorado.
I'm going to tell you this right the fuck now. Colorado has moved. I don't know when it happened, but sometime between my map test in 5th grade and now it has moved.
Where did you think it was? Help me understand this.
Okay.
Because you have also driven to Idaho before.
Yeah.
Which kind of
Which
cuts
I thought
out the
was
rest.
kind of close because it's got mountains and Colorado has
It
mountains.
is, but Colorado is southeast of Idaho.
Well, apparently so. Apparently so. But I didn't know that. I thought it was kind of in the Wyoming area.
Colorado?
Yeah.
It is. It's south of
Well,
Wyoming.
so I'm not totally wrong.
Wyoming is not the Pacific Northwest either.
Well, I thought it was like Colorado then Wyoming. I thought it was between like Idaho. Well, no, I thought it was between Oregon and Idaho. I thought there was like another state there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Okay.
Well, and apparently I'm wrong. So
I
the Pacific Northwest is just 2 states?
Yeah, but they're big.
Well, yeah, they're big, but like that's not very many. The East Coast is a fuckload of states.
Well, here's the thing. New England.
So what's the West Coast then? Just California?
They count as the West Coast, but California's half the coastline.
Well, yeah, that's true. We are huge.
Yeah. The East Coast, I mean, it's all of this, but usually when people say, New England and the East Coast, they're thinking of, it's like 8 states, but they're tiny.
Well, here's the thing. This is
a region.
I'm good at what I'm good at. And what I'm good at, I've never professed to be geography. I don't know why people think that people who are smart need to be smart at everything.
I just love that you thought Colorado was in.
You know what? I'd love someone who's good at math to write me an essay.
I just love this. This is great.
And if you can do both.
Oh, that's where I got
I'm
my.
so sorry.
She
if you can do both, then don't
COVID
talk to me because that scares me. I don't think people should be able to do both. I think you should be able to write an essay or do quick calculations, but not both.
I like that Canada has Northwest Territories, which is just fucking massive. Okay.
Yeah.
We just went off on a 23-minute tangent where we quizzed each other about geography. I'm not going to put that in the final episode. I'm going to upload that next to this episode. If you want to listen to us jabber and yap about geography for 23 minutes, it was very fun. You can go do that. But I'm not going to make everybody listen to it because it was 23 minutes long. I have no regrets. It was a lot of fun.
It's our best episode yet.
It's very fun. We both get some things wrong. I won't spoil. Okay. Speaking of the book, as we were doing fully half an hour ago.
2 Americans do geography.
Yeah, very fun. So complaining is how we got on this originally. She's moving rocks around. Avienda's doing her thing, moving rocks around.
She's just got to say she's a wise one. She's so stubborn.
How would Elaine reason out this situation? The wise ones were angry at Aviendha for not learning quickly enough, and yet they didn't
she's
teach
a wise
her.
One.
They just asked those questions. Hi, Petey. Petey has come over. Questions about what she thought of their situation. Questions about Rand al'Thor or about the way Rourke had handled meeting with the Karakarn. Aviendha couldn't help feeling that the questions were tests. Was she answering incorrectly? Yes. Maybe. If so, why didn't they instruct her in the proper responses?
Because you have to know it.
She mulls over this for a while, and then this guy goes, Adrin? One door guard asked his companion. Light, you don't look well. Truly. And then what happens?
He melts.
He just...
bursts into flame, melts.
We had a guy turn into beetles, and now we have this.
He's turning into sludge. Flaming sludge. Which is how I feel today.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just fucking turns into lava.
Is it lava?
It's basically lava.
Oh, shit. That's not
good. The man reached up, suddenly scratching at the skin of his temples. His eyes rolled up in his head, and his fingers tore gashes in his flesh. Only instead of blood, the wounds spat out a black charcoal-like substance. Aviendha could feel the intense heat, even from a distance. The other guard gaped in horror as his friend ripped lines of black fire down the sides of his head. A blackish tar oozed out, boiling and hissing. The man's clothing burst into flames, and his flesh shriveled from the heat. And Aviendha is like, oh, this is fucked.
So maybe he wasn't complaining for no reason.
You know what? He was going through it.
And this is why, if you have a complaint, complain loudly.
We had Beetle Boy, now we got Lava Boy. Not good. These bubbles of evil are getting intense.
Not great, Bob.
No. Any thoughts on any of this? It's cool.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's never going to be the same.
We're being attacked.
Can you imagine? Hi, honey, how was work?
Dude, Terry turned into a fucking lava pile.
That puts, everyone's day at work into perspective, I think.
I think this is worse than several million beetles.
I don't know which one's worse.
Well, this one almost burned the manor down.
Yes, and that sucks for the owner of the manor, but I don't know if I'd ever psychologically recover from seeing a man become beetles. I might be able to brain rationalize my way out of a man bursting into flames as that's a freak thing, but you have to see beetles a lot. You know what I mean?
The tar itself didn't seem to be spreading, which was a blessing, but it had already ignited the door frame of the manor. It could have the entire building in flames before anyone inside was aware of the danger. So,
what would be the bubble of evil easiest to recover from psychologically, do you think?
That we've seen?
Yeah.
Fart wind.
Is there fart wind?
You remember fart wind?
Oh, it was just an intense
Just a
wind?
really bad smelling wind.
Oh, it was just a bad smelling wind?
That's Knife of Dreams.
Oh,
Fart
yeah.
wind.
It didn't do any kind of structural damage?
Fart
Just
wind.
Smelled really bad?
Just
Okay,
fart
yeah,
wind.
it's that one.
Yeah.
He was out of
It knocked
ideas
some
on
tents
that
down.
one. The dark one was
there
out
was
of ideas.
fart wind. There was actually the wind that nearly pushes Rand off the tower top in a Great Hunt is technically a bubble of evil.
I feel like there is something a little bit psychologically funny about furniture attacking you.
Furniture attacking you is funny. Also terrifying.
It's terrifying, but I feel like you could develop a good sense of humor about that one.
Playing cards trying to kill you was kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
Serious
They're
business.
terrifying, but also a little bit funny.
Yeah.
Whereas there's nothing funny about a guy vomiting beetles in front of you.
Sinking town, not funny.
Not funny. Objectively not funny.
Terrifying.
But furniture attacking me, there's something a little funny about that, which does make it a little more disrespectful if I die. Because I don't want to die in a way that's funny.
So
that may be inevitable.
They start a bucket brigade, and then Aviendha is just like, oh, I got it. And she channels the whole fucking river at the lava.
Which,
tar, whatever.
That's kind of what she should do.
The heat was powerful, and the wave of steam scalded her skin, but she did not back down. She pulled more water, hurling a thick column of it at the darkened mound, which she could only just make out through the steam. The heat was so intense. Aviendha stumbled backward a few steps, gritting her teeth, continuing to work. Then there was a sudden explosion as another column of water burst from the river and slammed into the fire.
Yikes.
So this Ashaman, Naif, is helping out. And they take care of it, and they get it done, and then the dude is just a fucking pile of volcanic rock.
Yeah.
Glassy and black like obsidian, and it sparkled wetly. She poked at the mass with a length of singed wood. It was hard and firm. And how does Rand react to this?
He comes out and he starts yelling at clouds.
He literally starts yelling at clouds.
Yeah.
Which I get it.
He's like, come and face me like a man. And I'm like, well, first of all, he's not a man. He's a kind of evil
elemental
cloud.
Force of evil.
Yeah, he's kind of an evil cloud. Probably.
Burn you! A voice bellowed. Aviendha looked up. Rand al'Thor strode through the broken hole that now formed the front of the mansion. He stared at the sky, shaking his fist. I'm the one you want! You'll have your war soon enough! And she's like, hey,
you're scaring people.
Stop yelling at clouds. I'll stop you! Rand roared, causing calls of fright from both servants and soldiers. Do you hear me? I'm coming for you! Don't waste your power! You'll need it against me! She's like, bro.
Dude.
Take it easy. And then he just leaves.
Bad look.
And one of Ituralda's soldiers is like, does this happen often?
And she goes, more when Rand's around.
Do you recognize this scene, by the way?
Oh, is that it?
Is in fact, the cover of the book.
Oh.
And there's Ituralda's soldiers on the back like, dog, what the fuck are you doing?
It is a little bit intimidating. Is Min with them?
No. Yes, but not here right now.
Where is she?
Inside.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Right?
All right.
Did she leave? I don't remember.
Is she hanging out here?
I think she's there.
Okay. So he's got 2 out of his 3 girlfriends hanging out?
Yes.
Nice.
No, she must have... I don't remember exactly where Min is at this moment. He may have left her in one of the various places.
He really does look like old man
around.
yells at cloud.
He does on the cover here.
When I first saw this cover, I had assumed to a certain extent that he was like figuring out lightning powers or something.
Nah, he's yelling.
Yeah.
He's big mad. Big
Hang
mad.
on. I'm examining. I see why you didn't used to let me look at this cover.
Yeah, because he's covering up his fucking stump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
All right.
And Avienda's got intense falsies on in that.
False eyelashes?
Uh-huh.
She thinks that Rand's moods are becoming as erratic as Elaine's.
Okay, listen. I know that hormone fluctuations lead to some erratic emotional behavior, but I hate the narrative that pregnant women be crazy.
I know. That's fair. This Aes Sedai. I'm from the South today. This Aes Sedai is like, hey, too bad you didn't get proper teaching. Okay. You'd be way better at that shit. And then Melaine is like, maybe you should go fuck yourself.
And you know what? Frankly, I'm on Melaine's side here. Because what the fuck kind of comment is that? Am I wrong? She just channeled the river. And then Melaine points out, she's like, all right, that was some bullshit because I am stronger than most of the Aes Sedais I've met. And you're stronger than me. And you also just channeled the entire fucking river. So, no.
Yeah.
They're not going to teach you better.
Insufferable woman. To think how we once regarded them. I'm stronger than most Aes Sedai, Aviendha, and you're far stronger than I am. You have a control and understanding of weaves that puts most of us to shame. Others have to struggle to learn what comes naturally to you. Roughness to your weaves, she says. Okay. So... yeah, she goes, but you refuse to learn. There isn't much time. Here, I have another question for you. What do you think of Rand al'Thor's plan to kidnap these Domani merchant chiefs? She's like, well...
yeah, and Aviendha says, I think we should have rebranded it.
The dog has been trying to lie down on this carpet, and he keeps on knocking things over.
Distracted by the fact that this dog...
there's a couch he could very easily lie down on.
But instead, he prefers to lie down on the...
folded up carpet
in the corner.
And now he's given up. Now he's just coming over here and he's going to lie down on the floor.
Here's the thing about Petey. He gives up rather easily.
He really does.
He's not like, he doesn't, the like toys where you put a treat inside.
He hates that shit.
He hates that shit because he's like, if I don't get it like pretty much immediately, I will give up on it completely, even if there's a treat in there. And then our friend's dog will come over and just like tear all of those apart. And I'm like, do you see persistence?
Well, let's finish this off.
Okay.
Any thoughts about this whole thing with Melaine and Aviendha and everything else?
You know, I'm on Melaine's side here about the fact that the Aes Sedai was being bullshit, because that's true. What else? I also think Aviendha just needs to call it like it is. She is a wise one. Let it out.
She's also like, well, I could go up to Rand's room and, you know.
And I was like, oh. And then she's like, no.
Not till I figure this shit
Brandon,
out.
Brandon, give us what we want.
And that's the end of chapter 11. Thanks for listening, everyone. We have social media if you want to know what we've got. Do you have anything else you want to talk about this chapter? There's, again, 25 fucking minutes of us quizzing each other on maps if you want to listen to that.
Yeah. Today I learned that I was wrong about where Colorado is.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We have social media if you want to know what we've got going on. It's linked down below. We also have a Patreon if you want to support us that way. It's patreon.com/wheeltakes. You can also leave us a rating and a review, which helps a lot. Other than that, anything else, Allie?
My apologies to the state of Colorado.
And my apologies to Lesotho. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Did I get it wrong again? Is it Lesotho?
You nailed it, honey.